Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
Well, thank you so much, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be here as always for another episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast, where we try to help folks create and live their own definition of success through personal development, perseverance, and just positive thinking and positive vibes, period. Just positivity. You know what I'm saying? We have an actual wonderful show today, like an actual one, to say the other ones weren't, I guess, but we have a great show today because we have a boss here with us. We have another boss. I love doing these interviews because I love tapping in to what others did to become a success. And we invited her on the show today because she is an absolute boss in my eyes. She is an absolute success. She is creative. She is spontaneous. She is always on the cutting edge of what works and getting it. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. I respect her grind. I worked with her before. I know some of her family, and they all are bosses because they all get it in their own way. So I am not surprised at all. She is the creator of STFU Designs, which is a lifestyle brand and clothing line, and her name is Tasha Jackson. Welcome to the studio, Tasha Jackson.
Well, thank you. That was a very nice introduction.
Oh, I appreciate that, but it doesn't do you justice. I still don't think, because I didn't mention half the things you get into, because I probably don't know half the things you get into. You're a definite boss, and that's why you're on the show today. I look at you and I see someone full of success, first of all, but full of that drive and energy. And first of all, I want to ask, where does it all come from? Because you do so much. So where does that drive and that energy to do all that you do come from?
I guess just wanting more, just you gotta be different and do different to get different. So I just, I see where I want to go, and I see what others are doing and what it takes to make things happen, and you just get up and do it.
I like that. So let's start by asking you this. What is your definition of success? Your own personal definition.
My own personal definition of success.
Of your success, yeah, for you.
Well, at first, it used to just be happiness. If you were happy with your life, what you were doing, living, how you were making money, how your day-to-day went, you were actually happy in that it's successful. Eventually, that kind of progressed into more so you're successful if you have time and money. I think that is really what brings happiness. It's not just the money. It's not just the time. You have to have time and money. You have to have the financial freedom, and you have to have control over your time to be successful in my eyes.
No, I'm totally feeling that because on my list of ideas for success is definitely that freedom and flexibility. And I think that was my whole interest in entrepreneurship, and I think that's what set me free. Is that what it did for you?
Yes, definitely.
Because go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely entrepreneurship. Just knowing that I wasn't limited to an hourly wage or a salary, or I wasn't capped at something. I was able. The harder I worked, I was able to bring more in for myself.
I love
so
that. What makes you drive? I mean, I guess what makes you pursue that challenge? Because a lot of people run from jobs that are like commission based. A lot of people, they'd rather get that safe $12 an hour, $14 an hour, $20 an hour, whatever it is, or what have you. But so what gives you that drive? Like, what makes you want to get into the challenges, because it's not easy. I'm pretty sure that you're going to tell me all the challenges later on, but it's not easy. So what makes you want to take on those challenges as opposed to just working for someone else and getting that regular paycheck and having that peace of mind?
Well, one, it started with just knowing that when you're working at those hourly jobs and salary jobs, you're help pushing someone else's dream. You're getting a small piece of the pie.
So it's still somebody's dream that's happening.
Yes, it's still somebody's dream that's happening. It's still a dream, even though it ain't yours. You're just on somebody else's boat. So you're working hard, and even if you got a bonus, your bonus, because you worked so hard, was a small smidget of what you actually earned that company.
Absolutely.
So it's like, why would I want to keep pushing myself every day, being told when to work, what to do, how to do it, and not really getting the freedom to, improve it the way I want to improve or see fit, because I worked at different companies, and I worked very close with the owners and helped them, take their businesses to different levels in different ways that I thought would improve their company. So just, which is why I kind of stuck to smaller companies. But with the big companies that you make more money at, you don't usually have that freedom. You're normally more just a number on their employee roster. So I didn't really want that. I wanted my own dream, and I wanted to control my own time, and I wanted to control how much I made and set my own price and my own, my own life, basically. I wanted to control how I lived my life. So to me, it was worth the challenges that come with it. Things in life aren't easy. So if you want something that is going to be great, you're going to have to work hard for it.
So taking control kind of set you free. It's like the stress that came with it was part of the freedom. So it wasn't really stress. It was the joy that outweighed any of the challenges. And I absolutely feel you, because like I said, I go through more trying not to take a 9-to-5 than probably just going back to work. You know what I'm saying? I take on a lot of clients when I have to. I entertain a lot of different conversations to see what opportunities are. And, I'm always working as opposed to just 9-to-5, and at 5 o'clock I can cut off. But like you say, that freedom that comes with that, and then especially if you're doing something you love, then there really is no work. Then it just kind of merges together. Is that how your life is? Do you think you have, is there a defining line between Tasha, the person who's off the clock and just doing Tasha, and Tasha the entrepreneur, or is it just one?
It really is just one. I'll be out I'll go to a recording studio with my friend. She's making songs and music and stuff, and I'll be sitting there creating ads on my phone and flyers on my phone and designing things. And they're like, "Are you really working?" Or, sitting in line waiting for our food somewhere, I'll start designing ads just because we're sitting around. I got my phone all day. Instead of scrolling through Facebook or through Instagram, I might as well just put my pictures together, take out backgrounds, and create ads. It just saves time. So it really doesn't separate. It kind of all blends together. But I also have the freedom to do that. I can work wherever I'm at. I can do things wherever I'm at. I don't have to be stuck at home or stuck in an office for a certain amount of time on certain days. I can go and still take care of business. So that's always nice as well.
You know what? See, that's why you're on the show, because as you know, the name of the show is Life of a Boss. You know what I'm saying? It's not 9-to-5 of a boss. It's not weekdays of a boss. You know what I'm saying? It's life. And that's why I say success is a lifestyle, because it's in when we say how you do anything is how you do everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's in all we do. It's in all our habits. It's not just that victory. It's not just that win. It's not just that one paycheck. It was everything leading up to that and everything after. You know what I'm saying?
I recently made a post on Facebook, and I had said, the pros of entrepreneurship is every day is a weekend, and the cons of entrepreneurship is every day is a work day.
Man, and that is so true. I never heard it put that way, but that is so true. That is so true. So, like I said, so that's why, and that's what I see. That's the image you project. That's that reputation that precedes you. I don't know anybody that looks at you and says you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody that looks at you and think you lagging or you ain't anything but on your business. You recently came back from Africa. How was that for you?
that was definitely an experience. I encourage if anyone can get to Africa to go. It's definitely full of culture and just it's an amazing experience. It definitely is.
That's incredible. Okay, now back to the entrepreneurship and back to, like I said, internalizing all this, because like I said, it starts with us. Anything that we want, man, it really starts with us and our habits, and that's why this is all about personal development. And that's why, to me, the road to being a boss in anything that you want to do starts with how well you boss yourself. You know what I'm saying? How well you control and manage your own time, your own resources. That being said, to do the things you do and to live at as high a level as you live it at, what are some of the routines that you have in place? You know, because I'm pretty sure that there's something that you do that's kind of routine. There's something has to be systemized, because I see a bunch of systems at work when I'm looking in. You know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, I see your sales systems. I see your advertising systems. I see your, you know what I'm saying? Your pay point systems. You know, I'm seeing your, well, you got layaway. I swear, do you use Afterpay? I got to get with you after that. Like, you accept Afterpay, don't you?
Yeah, Afterpay, Shop Pay.
Man.
About like 4 different payment plan options.
So, okay, just to stop, I like to plug when I can, man. This ain't about really plugging, but I'm going to plug when I can. The girl, if you ain't got all the money now, and you like something on her website, man, you can still get it, man. I didn't even know websites do that. She's on the cutting edge. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
You will get the clothes before you pay for them.
Man, yes. You can have it. You don't finance, you don't get it after. That's better than layaway. You can finance it like a car. You know, you get the loan to get your stuff now. You can wear it while y'all both own it. While you and her still own it. But that's what's crazy and awesome. But that's what I wanted to ask you. What systems do you have, like, that make you successful? That core system that kind of keeps you going. Is there any type of routine, morning routine, anything you got like that going on in your life?
I guess you pointed out some that I guess I didn't even realize, because routines and schedules, they kind of, they get monotonous to me. So I kind of try not to stick, I try to make my schedule flexible. So yeah. It's more so like I'm up usually early every morning without even an alarm clock. I don't set an alarm clock, but I'm usually up before 7 a.m. every morning. And then I will go and look on my social media, of course, because I'm an online business. So social media is where we reign. And look at what I want to post for that day. I try to do 1 to 3 posts on social media a day, making sure I tag the products I'm using in the post and everything like that. And then I try to kind of just say, like, okay, I want to aim for 1 video a week, 3 posts a day. I want to try to do a giveaway a month.
I like that.
And then, yeah, so I kind of work that way. And then, so I'm not stressed, like, okay, on Monday, I need to accomplish this. On Tuesday, I need to accomplish this. So it's not as stressful for me. I kind of what works more for me, the flexibility of knowing, okay, I need to accomplish these things, but I can accomplish them when I get an idea, when I think about it. So it's not, so I always feel like when you force yourself to do something at a certain time, you may not produce the best results that you could have if you were actually in that mood to, or in that mindset, or had an idea for it.
I totally relate.
Yeah, so I try to just have like a set amount of what I want to accomplish for the month. And then throughout that month, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, let me work on these flyers. Let me work on this giveaway, work on this sale, and do it that way.
I got another question.
So it's more so a monthly routine than like a daily or a weekly schedule for me.
So it's like there's structure within non-structure, you know? And like I said, I totally relate to that, because I will start with a schedule of the week and time slots, and then I would do everything outside of those time slots. It would start the first day or two, you know, kind of structured, and then that thing it'll just be all off and upside down, but still everything will get done. But
yeah, I would always tell myself, okay, I'm gonna wake up. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit my 10 minutes on my squat machine. Then I'm gonna take my shower, and I'm gonna go to my office, and I'm sitting there for 8 hours and work. Yeah. And I was like, no, like that's exactly. I'm putting myself my own 9 to 5. Like, why am I putting myself my own 9 to 5? I wanted this business to get away from that.
So you're not even going to do it to yourself, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm honestly not. And I definitely admire the people that do, that have that structure where they go in, okay, I'm going to go sit in my office from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. or whatever they do. And they're like, I'm cranking out whatever it is. And they dedicate a certain block time because they get a lot done and they definitely go far. But for me and my entrepreneur journey, it was more about happiness and peace of mind and not stressing myself out. So for me, I don't do that. I just have goals that I need to accomplish in the month, and then I give myself that freedom to get things done because I know myself. I know I'm going to accomplish what I need to accomplish. I don't need to force myself to do it within the next 2 hours. You know what I mean?
I love what you just said because you touched on something about, you know, part of your process and your definition of success. And I love that because you said, like, your flexibility and your happiness is basically just as important as the money you make, you know.
Exactly.
And so it's not, and that's like really the essence and the core of life of a boss, because it's not that goal at the end. It's how do I want to live every day? You know, I'm not successful when I get this check. I'm successful if I can play golf today and hang out with my friends and then go eat at the restaurant I want and then go to work when I please. And then, you know what I'm saying? All before I got paid today. And I didn't get paid today. Probably didn't make $1 today. But I did some boss stuff today all day long. I did me the way I wanted to. And then the things I do towards work sustain that. You know, so I love that because you're right, it doesn't cut off. You know, it doesn't cut off. But one thing I also wanted to ask you in regards to doing things your own way, there's things that, like you say, you can't avoid even though you have to do it your own way. And one thing that is learning. Where do you find time or how do you implement the things you teach yourself to apply to your business? Because the things that I've seen you do with your business, it's not, that stuff don't just come to you in a dream. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how does she learn how to do that? Where did you take the time? When did you take the time with all the other stuff? So that I think that's important to me as an entrepreneur. So I know that's important to other people that are trying to figure it out, who know that they have to teach themselves stuff. You know, with me, it's like Illustrator and InDesign. There's things that I know I'm going to have to teach myself, but sometimes I lag on it. You know, so when do you find time to make yourself learn the things you need to learn to make yourself successful?
That definitely is good. Because I still slack. You know, there's still other things that, you know, I have different apps on my phone that I haven't even really opened up. I'm gonna play with that one day. But well, at least for when I was working. So I stopped working pretty much like November 2019. At least a full time 9 to 5 technician. And then I worked from home for a little bit, part-time, for like another month or two, but that stopped in 2020 as well. Anyway, but but while I was working other jobs, I would like listen to podcasts and stuff and take notes while I was at my other jobs or while I'm driving. I used to drive back and forth from Vegas to California a lot, so I'd put on a podcast. That would get a little dangerous, but I still try to take notes.
Oh my God, that's horrible now. Now you took it a step further. You know, you that's dangerously on your grind.
Don't do that. You know, but
and don't even have a Tesla, huh? You're doing that with no Tesla.
No Tesla. It was a Nissan. Also, exactly. No Tesla. Did not drive itself.
Man. But I love that. And, you know, and just to point something out, I have a chapter in my book, and there's a section in it, and it's about being intentional. And I've even talked about it, like listening to music versus podcasts. And there's some things that you do with intention. Like if I got some time, or if I don't have time and I'm doing something, I can listen to something productive. So it really, like, check me and, like, made me understand I don't always have to listen to music. You know, because I know music is my go-to. I love music, don't we all? You know, it's inspiring. But then there's times and points where music is helpful, and that's usually when I'm in the zone already. But sometimes to inspire me and give me ideas to find more reasons to get in the zone, I get from podcasts. And, you know, and I hated talk radio when growing up. You know, I hated it. And that's all podcast is talk radio. And I couldn't stand it growing up. And now I feed off of it. You know, I have some favorites.
I mean, it just depends. You know, you find gotta find the topics that you're interested in.
Yeah.
You know?
And no matter what you're interested in, there's a podcast on it.
Yeah, there's a podcast for everything.
Yeah. So folks, it doesn't have to be on something boring, man. You can actually learn and listen to stuff you like, stuff you're interested in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like they even have, entrepreneurial podcasts.
Yeah.
They started from nothing and made $1 million. Then they have, but the podcast I more so did was like marketing podcasts.
Yeah.
So I would look at like ClickFunnels podcast specifically, or I learned how to do looking at landing pages or SEO podcasts. So I learned how to do my website properly and just take down different notes on that. And then a lot of times, even too, when I'm scrolling through Facebook, I mean, obviously because of cookies and stuff, I get a lot of business stuff that pops up. And I'm always looking at different ways people are doing things in their business, even if they're not a fashion brand like me, like the Afterpay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I probably saw that from a different, a company that wasn't a clothing brand, but I was like, that's so smart. People would love to be able to purchase the stuff and, pay for it later, so it could still transfer to my business. So even if they're not a direct competitor, you can still learn things that they're doing in their business that could still benefit in your business.
You're awesome. And I love it all. I love it all. But now it goes back because we can get into business all day. But I'm gonna wheel it back because I want to get into what makes you that type of person. Is that the ability to, or the talent or characteristic of learning something and applying it, as opposed to just, not applying or just learning and not really taking action to see if something really works. Has that always been in you? Because to me, that's a pivotal key of success. That's going to determine whether you fail to succeed in any business or in any industry. So is that something that was always in you, or did you develop that through business, or did you learn that too?
I don't know whether or not it was always. I mean, one business was always in me. I was in elementary school finding things at home to sell and taking them to school and selling them, or middle school walking past the grocery store buying Snickers for $4 for $1, selling them $1 each at next block at my middle school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, this was always in me. That entrepreneurship, that hustle was always in me. But as far as transferable skills, that I think I kind of picked up more in college, at least maybe the knowledge of it or thinking about it more, because they would think about, when we think about resumes, what you would put down on a resume. And it was like, okay, you're trying to apply for a new job and all you have are these jobs that mean nothing, but is there a transferable skill in there that you can still use and take somewhere else? And so getting into that mindset of, okay, what have I done and what have I learned in these certain things that I've accomplished that I can use elsewhere. So getting into that mindset definitely starts getting into when your business. Okay, that they're doing, can I use to improve my business? They always say never reinvent the wheel. It's already invented. Somebody out there got the perfect plan.
We call it, what do we call it? Reverse engineering. You take something that's already finished and how can I make it look like that? As a graphic artist, that's how I saw things. You know what I'm saying? I would look at a professional ad, professional magazine, professional album cover, and say, I want my stuff to look like that. That gave me, because that's what's selling. That's professional. That's what somebody paid thousands and probably tens of thousands to do in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So I started like, man, how can I? Go ahead.
So many things.
Yeah.
And that works. Because I always tell, like, my friends hit me up for, even life advice or, career advice or goals, anything.
Yeah.
So, okay, where do you see your end goal? How do you want your life to end? How do you want the end of your business to go? And work backwards.
Yeah.
Start from the end and write every step it would take, the step you would do right before that finished goal.
Man, I love it. And you know what? And that's why I love this show, because I'm realizing through the interviews, like, how much a lot of us that live this life of a boss have in common. So, and it tells me, like, no matter what your definition of success is, there's some still core values or some key things, some common things that can be done to put you there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want the audience to take from this, because we all do different stuff. You know what I'm saying? In different ways. But the things that you say, I couldn't have said better myself. So man, that's wonderful. It's incredible. So, ending it, with some final thoughts, what's some advice do you have for some people creating a new brand, in this boom of new brands? It's an explosion of new businesses and entrepreneurs. So it's not like you're going to be original or you're going to be the first at a whole lot of stuff nowadays. So don't always let that limit you if you're listening. So how can you do something that everybody else is doing and still shine? Like a clothing brand, like becoming an artist, like, doing just putting another one out there. How can you still make yours stand apart? You have some advice for anybody because yours stand apart. You know what I'm saying? You might be putting practices together that you've seen in a bunch of different businesses, but when somebody looks at what you have, they don't see anything they see in a bunch of different businesses. You know what I'm saying? They're seeing a design that they like and a process and a system that works. So what advice do you have for somebody else?
Okay, well, first I want to say I always use the example of the bread aisle in a grocery store. It's filled with different breads, different companies. It's all bread, but everybody's making money. Everybody has what they like, and you go pick the bread that you want to pick. Nobody's in there fighting over the next bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many breads, and everyone still has their share of the market, and they're still making money. They're still in the grocery store.
Yeah.
So definitely don't let the fact that there's already a billion people out there doing it stop you from doing it.
I love it.
So advice, one, Google is my best friend. I always tell people, ask Google first, and then if Google can't tell you, then or you don't understand what Google says, then go ask somebody else. But Google is my best friend. I will Google everything. And then really, so to set your brand apart, so you want to pretty much solve a problem. You want to make sure your brand and your marketing is solving a problem that people need, a basic need. So basic needs of people, of course, safety, security, social status, forgetting some of them, but there's like 5 of them.
No, that's awesome. No, you really gave them the science of a need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. So those needs. So even with clothes, you're like, oh, obviously you need to wear clothes to be dressed. Yes, that's one thing. But but that can go at a basic price point. So my clothes aren't a basic price point. So Walmart is sufficient in your basic need of being clothed instead of naked.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at higher price brands like, Gucci and stuff that are $150 a t-shirt or something, higher price things that aren't a basic need.
Yeah. It's a different need they're fulfilling. Yeah. It's a need, but it's a way different need.
Way different need. So with my brand, I feel the need of like a social status, of confidence. So I target all my marketing to make my clothes make you feel confident. If
Absolutely.
You're in my clothes, they're gonna make you feel confident. And it's proven. Like people will say yes. Like my sister's wearing your clothes now, and I've never seen her like shine so bright or feel so confident.
I love
you know what
it.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I get other people like, oh, I was walking down the street and someone stopped me, and I didn't know why they were stopping me, but they, wanted to know where I got my outfit from, and they were complimenting me. So I always tell people, like, if you don't want compliments, don't buy my clothes. If you're not ready to make a statement and be seen, like, because these clothes are gonna make you feel confident. They are. They're gonna put you out there.
Yeah.
They're gonna put you in that spotlight. So that's that need that I'm feeling. So my marketing goes to fill that need. That makes people want to purchase, and that sets me apart from other fashion brands.
Man, I appreciate it so much. I love it so much because, like I said, you are a gem full of information and good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I love when I'm surprised because when I invite people I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I invite people who really have proven results to me, and I know their character, and and I respect the total package. So I already, had a pretty good idea of Tasha Jackson before this interview, but with this interview and the game that you laid out, and it's like it's flawless. So it's just like it's just stuff to keep developing, and I want to tell everybody out there, man, these are things that everybody can do. no matter what industry you're in. These are the characteristics and the basic foundation of success, no matter what industry you're in. So everything that Tasha said is so universal. Can be applied to anything, even though her particular design and brand is so unique and so different. Before we get out of here, man, tell people where to find you and where they can get some STFU stuff.
Definitely. Our website is stfudesigns.com. You can find us on all social media platforms, on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those /STFU Designs.
I love it, man. Check her out, follow her, become a subscriber, and keep checking back because she got new stuff every day. Well, I know you're a busy girl, and I want to let you go, but thanks again for being here, and giving all that game that you did. I appreciate it, and I know so many other people will as well. Thank you, Tasha.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
No problem. You have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye.
And there you have it, man. Tasha Jackson, STFU Designs. It's hot. It's fire, man. She always has deals. Check it out, man. And yeah, man, that's another episode. I love y'all. You guys continue to check out lifeofaboss.net. Subscribe, join the mailing list, and keep touching bases with us. If you guys got questions, please let us know. And I'll do my best to answer them and get to everybody's, whatever your challenge is. What's stopping you from creating or living your definition of success? That's your homework. Anyway, remember, until next time, success is a lifestyle. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardin. Thank you. And never forget that success is a lifestyle.